The following questions. So here are some questions from what we have learned in the lesson and we need to answer them. Okay. Who wanted Asif's sister to learn karate? So Bharat, when he came back from Samarpur, he met Asif and he asked Asif what he had been doing. And Asif said that his sister was learning karate and he also had gone and joined us to learn some karate. Because who wanted them to learn it? Yes, their mother, isn't it? Okay. So what is the answer? Asif's mother wanted his sister to learn karate. So who wanted who wanted Asif's sister to learn karate? Asif's mother wanted Asif's sister to learn karate. Right? Okay. Yes. The second question. Why were the people of Samarpur unable to use the wells in their village? So Bharat said that the people in Samarpur were not able to use the wells in the village. Okay. So why was it so? The people of Samarpur were unable to use the wells in their village because the wells had dried up. So the wells in Samarpur had got dried without any water, and so the people were not able to use the wells there. Third question. What problem did the city people face during the summer months? So what is one of the most major or the important problem or the major problem that the people of a city face during the summer months? The people in city faced a water shortage during the summer months. Okay, scarcity of water is a problem that the people in the cities face. Now, mention two simple ways in which Asif tried to save water. So two simple ways that was adopted by the people of Asif's family to save water. Using a bucket and a mug for bathing, turning off the tap after use are the ways Asif tried to save water. So avoiding the bathtub and using the shower only very rarely and use a bucket and a mug always to take a bath is one thing that they have done. And the second thing, turning off the tap after use. For example, while brushing, we need to wash the brush, then close the tap. After brushing the teeth, we will open it. Okay? In such a way, they use the taps or open the taps only when the water is wanted. Then, as his mother used the water with which they wash the fruits and vegetables to water the plants. As a father, always checked the pipelines for leakages and all. All these things are different ways by which as a family tried to save water. Okay. Before we go on to the next questions, I will read these questions once again and then we will go on to the next question, right? So, who wanted Asif's sister to learn karate? Asif's mother wanted his sister to learn karate. Why were the people of Samarpur unable to use the wells in their village? The people of Samarpur were unable to use the wells in their village because the wells had dried up. What problem did the city people face during the summer months? The people in the city faced a water shortage during the summer months. Mention two simple ways in which Asif tried to save water. Using a bucket and a mug for bathing, turning off the tap after use are the ways Asif tried to save water. So these are the first four questions. Now, I will keep the screen the same for another minute for you so that you can go through these questions and their answers once again, right? Okay. So now we will move on to the next question. 5. How is man responsible for the shortage of water? So how is man, human beings, responsible for the shortage of water? Man is responsible for the shortage of water as he has cut down many trees and the forests to build multi-storied buildings, etc. So we had cut down a lot of trees and cleared a lot of forests to construct new buildings, to establish new cities and all. And that is why we do not get enough rain and we do not have enough water. Okay, so that is how human beings are responsible for a water shortage. Now, what did Asif read about in the newspapers that gave him some hope? So what was that Asif read in the newspaper with which he thought that there is still some hope? Asif read in the newspaper that people have begun to harvest water and build water tanks in cities and villages. The government is also helping them in every possible way and trying to save the water of river Yamuna. So there was some news in the newspaper regarding how people are trying to save water or harvest water. And the government also was doing their part by, Yamuna Action Plan and all, by which they are trying to clear the river Yamuna as clean as possible and make the water available for usage for the people. Okay, so that is what he read in the newspaper and what made him think that there is still some hope. Right? So the fifth question is, how is man responsible for the shortage of water? Man is responsible for the shortage of water as he has cut down many trees and forests to build multi-story buildings, etc. Fifth, what did Asif read about in the newspapers that gave him some hope? Asif read in the newspapers that people have begun to harvest water and build water tanks in cities and villages. The government is also helping them in every possible way and trying to save the river. Right? So now I will keep this screen also for a minute for you so that you can just go through that, read it and understand them. Right? Thoughts, high order thinking section. What is the one biggest dangers that our planet is facing? Suggest two ways in which we would save water. So what is one of the biggest dangers or the challenge or a problem that our earth is facing now? And what are the different ways by which we can save the world out of it? Okay. So what is the biggest problem that we are facing? The biggest danger that our planet is facing is a shortage of water. Shortage of water is one of the most major issues that our world or earth is going to face. So some ways that I save water is use only the required amount of water. We should not waste water. We should not waste any water. Reusing water whenever it is possible. If there is a possibility for water to be used again for one purpose or other, then we need to do that. Not wasting water at any time. Okay, so these are some ways by which we can save water, and through saving water, save our world as well. Right? So I'll keep this screen the same for another minute so that you can go through the question and the answers once again. Right? Fine, children. So the fun with the grammar part of this particular lesson is about infinitives. So okay, let me write a sentence. Right? I like to read. He loves to swim. So in this sentence, we need to observe this part of the sentence, to read and to swim. We know read is a verb, an action. Swim also is an action. But when we use it as a verb, it's different. Now it's a bit different. Why? Because before the word read, we have a to. Isn't it? So in this situations, this is called an infinitive. Okay? To read is an infinitive and to swim also is an infinitive. See, we need to use the word, the preposition to is used before the verb to make it an infinitive. Okay? So an infinitive is a verb form which has a preposition to and before that. And remember, I like. There is no reading. Okay, read is there. Okay, he loves, not swims. Usually if we write he swims in the pool, isn't it? He swims, in the pool. So if it is a he, we will add an s here, no? But here we won't add anything such, but we only added to, prepositional agent to before that. And even we can say in these sentences, this infinitive, a verb which has got a to plus base verb. To plus base verb. There is no s, no es, no ies or ing form or ed forms. Nothing we will add to that. Okay? So that is what is called the base form of the verb. So immediately after the prepositional agent to, we write the base form of the verb there to make the infinitive, and that is why they are also known as a to infinitive. They are also known as a to infinitive, and this can be used as a noun also. For example, if I ask a question, what do I like? What is the answer? I like to swim, isn't it? To read or to swim, whatever. I like to read, isn't it? To read. So, if we ask a question, what? To the first part of the sentence, we will get the infinitive as an answer also. In that sense, we can say it is used as a noun also. So, infinitive is a verb, a base form of a verb. Base form of a verb is nothing else but a verb without any additions like yes, es or ies or ed. Okay, no such additions will be there with the verb, which has got a to before that, is called an infinitive, right? Okay, so now we have got an exercise to do. We need to fill up some sentences with some useful infinitives in there. We will go for that and come back. So in the fun with the grammar part, we had already learned about the infinitives, right? So here, fill in the blanks with appropriate infinitive given in the box. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences are there. In all these, we have got one blank each, and we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 infinitives, 2 plus base form of the verb in the box. So now we need to do is, we need to select the correct options from the box, keep it over here and fill in the blanks. So the students were allowed to play in their free period. To play in their free period. As if wanted to learn karate, Bharat and Asif decided to save water save water. Because people in many cities and villages have decided to harvest rainwater. Yes. They also want to build water tanks. My mother asked me to water the plants in the evening. Right. So that's it. Right? So the students were allowed to play in their free period. Asif wanted to learn karate. Bharat and Asif decided to save water. People in many cities and villages have decided to harvest rainwater. They also want to build water tanks. My mother asked me to water the plants in the evening. Right? So now I will keep the screen the same for another minute for you so that you can read these sentences once again. Okay?